Ever wondered what drone can actually take your real estate photos from meh to wow? Today, I'm taking you behind the scenes with the ultimate list that'll change your marketing game. If you're in real estate, you know just how much jaw-dropping aerial photos and cinematic property videos can separate your listings from the crowd. But with so many drones flooding the market, different brands, specs, price points, it's almost impossible to know which model is truly the best for stunning real estate photography. Well, you're in luck, because today I'm counting down the top 7 drones for real estate photography. And trust me, the #1 spot will surprise you. 7. Autel Robotics Evo Lite Plus Drone. I'll admit, when I first took this drone out of the box, its build gave me an instant sense of reliability. It's a solid piece, well-balanced and ready to take on outdoor shoots with ease. Its 1-inch sensor can deliver some really impressive stills. I found detail and dynamic range comparable to competitors in higher price points. Plus, with that bright f2.8 lens and 6K capable video, it seemed on paper to be a real contender for capturing expansive real estate shots that pop. Flying the Evo Lite Plus was a generally pleasant experience. It offers 3 flight modes: smooth, standard, and ludicrous, so you can tailor your shooting style. Honestly, I love just flipping it to ludicrous mode and dashing around the property for fast coverage. Its wind resistance is a bonus. There were times I faced gusts, and this drone just shrugged them off. And the 40-minute battery life? Yes, that's legit, and a clear edge if you're booked for long shoot days or larger estates. But, well, it's not all perfect. Compared to its DJI rivals, the flight controls felt, I don't know, just a little less intuitive. The drone is a bit heavier and sometimes responds slower, especially if you're descending quickly or wanting smoother transitions. That remote controller, though, it's got a rather odd quirk. The obstacle avoidance beeping is obnoxiously loud. Picture yourself trying to impress a client, and suddenly your controller is just screeching in your ear because a tree is 30 feet off. 6. DJI Air 2S. Now this is one of those drones everyone seems to rave about. The hype? Not entirely unfounded. With a 1-inch sensor and the ability to shoot 5.4K video, the Air 2S can truly bring out the lush greens of a sunny backyard or crisp edges of a luxurious rooftop deck. There's this Master Shots feature that feels a bit magical. If you're a beginner or just dizzy juggling multiple listings, it will basically create instant cinematic shots for you, totally automated. Who doesn't want that? The DJI flight features are as solid as ever, from quick shots to hyperlapses and all the automated return-to-home safety nets you could hope for. I have to say, the drone also handled wind pretty well and delivered consistently sharp video across the frame. That said, it's not all sunshine and roses. The Air 2S is compact, yes, but its battery life was more pretty good than exceptional in my hands. I saw closer to 20 to 25 minutes per flight when shooting in high resolution. So, don't leave home with just one battery. Also, the fixed f2.8 aperture can be limiting during super bright days and tricky lighting. If you like dialing in exposure to get just the right effect on a dramatic sunset, well, you might find yourself wishing for a little more control here. One other thing I noticed, the stills are slightly softer at the edges compared to DJI's higher-end models. It's not a deal breaker, but if you're ultra picky about those wide shots, you'll see the difference. 5. DJI Mavic Air 2. There's a reason this drone has such a cult following. Price, portability, and a consistently impressive imaging package. I loved shooting with this drone because honestly, when DJI says easy to fly, they really mean it. The setup is smooth, and as a foldable drone, you can toss it in any bag and never feel weighed down. The Air 2's 1/2-inch quad-Bayer sensor cranks out 48MP photos and sharp 4K videos. For residential properties, every detail in landscaping and architecture came out brilliantly. I played a lot with quick shots, active track, and hyperlapse, which are just flat-out fun and make creative angles almost effortless. Imagine tracking a car rolling up the driveway or doing a smooth orbit around a pool. This thing makes you feel like Spielberg, but without the stress. Flight time held up too, with about 30 to 34 minutes per charge. And it's got obstacle avoidance and geofencing features that help you avoid embarrassing oops moments, which, trust me, you don't want in front of a client. The app controls are user-friendly, and even beginners can pull off smooth cinematic shots with very little practice. But hey, it's not totally flawless. If you're working at dusk or in harsh lighting, the smaller sensor can get a little noisy. You'll see grains starting at around ISO 400. So don't expect miracles after sunset. Also, there are no top or side sensors for obstacle avoidance, just front, back, and down. 4. DJI Air 3S. Oh man, the first time I flew this one, I was genuinely shocked by the leap. The camera is superb. You get a dual lens setup with a larger main sensor, 10-bit video, HLG recording, and low-light performance that'll make sunset listings absolutely glow. If you're worried about shooting in tricky lighting, the Air 3S just steps up and delivers. The new panorama stitching blew me away. For those epic mansion shots, or when you want to capture entire neighborhoods, you tap a button, and suddenly you have a perfectly stitched ultra-wide image. Seriously satisfying. The drone feels robust and professional, the kind you'd trust on million-dollar listings or even commercial projects. DJI clearly listened to pilots and ironed out previous quirks. The Air 3S is fast, responsive, and accurate. I found its integrated LiDAR and omnidirectional sensors almost made it crash-proof in even cluttered suburban backyards. Even when I pushed it hard on battery and distance, the return-to-home function felt rock solid. Oh, and you can forget about storage anxiety. 42 gigabytes of onboard space means you won't be racing to dump footage every 5 minutes. If you routinely fly big properties, this is honestly a lifesaver. Sure, it's pricier than the Air 2S, and yes, you need to deal with FAA registration here, but the value for what you get is just astounding. I barely found anything to nitpick, and if you do any work in low light, you'll immediately see why it's worth the upgrade from mid-tier options. 3. DJI Mini 3 Pro. At number 3, it's the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Don't let that small size fool you. I really had my doubts. Can something under 250 grams punch above its weight? The answer, absolutely. This is a drone designed for those on the go, or anyone who, feels a pang of fear at the idea of heavy registration paperwork. What made me really grin was vertical shooting. Yes, you can physically rotate the camera and shoot true vertical video for Instagram Reels or TikTok walkthroughs. No awkward cropping, all clean lines. That's a secret weapon for digital-savvy agents. The 113-inch sensor and f1.7 aperture deliver crisp, color-rich imagery most of the time. And with the extended battery, you're looking at up to 47 minutes airborne. That's huge when you're trying to cover big estates without constant recharging. Obstacle sensing has also received a boost. Flying around trees, power lines, or chimneys just feels less intimidating, especially for newer pilots. I pushed it through tight garden paths and around tricky corners, and it handled changes in direction gracefully. The only notable limitation? In vertical video mode, you lose object tracking. Also, in overcast or low-light settings, the footage can be a tiny bit grainier than you'd get on the larger, more expensive drones. But for its size and price, you'll be amazed what the Mini 3 Pro can do for your real estate content. 2. DJI Mavic 3 Classic. Taking the silver spot, DJI Mavic 3 Classic. Wow, this is pro level, and you feel it the second you lift off. The Hasselblad 4/3 CMOS sensor is just in another league. The color reproduction, detail, depth. It's what you'd want if your listings need to look like they belong in a luxury magazine spread. The Classic Edition keeps all the best parts of the Mavic 3 series, but ditches the expensive extras that most real estate agents won't use anyway. So it actually feels like a good investment rather than an indulgence. The adjustable aperture lets you control depth and mood, even in harsh midday sun or dramatic dusk sequences. You're getting a massive 46-minute flight time, omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, a beefy 4K video suite, and a 20-megapixel stills sensor that makes city blocks and pastoral estates alike shine. The lack of the 28x zoom from the Mavic 3 standard is, honestly, not a big deal in real estate work. I rarely felt it was a missing feature during testing. Video feels cinematic, photos are crisp edge to edge, and that rock-solid 3-axis gimbal means smooth footage even if the wind picks up. This is the drone you want if you're regularly shooting premium, high-value properties, or you just refuse to compromise on image quality. It's not a first drone due to size and price, but if your listings demand the best, the Mavic 3 Classic absolutely rises to the challenge. 1. DJI Mini 4 Pro. And here it is, number 1, the DJI Mini 4 Pro. I mean, what can I say? Except, wow, this changes everything. The Mini 4 Pro isn't just refining the Mini series, it's innovating in ways that will genuinely matter for real estate professionals. For starters, it's still sub 250G, so you don't have to stress about all the legal hassle, yet it packs features that rival bigger, heavier flagships. What blew me away? Omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. The confidence that gives you, especially when flying close to architecture, trees, or in crowded neighborhoods, is honestly priceless. I felt like I could shoot bolder, more ambitious angles without that stomach-drop fear of a crash. The improved subject tracking is next level. Active Track 360 degrees really works, making solo shoots or walk-and-talk tours a breeze. And then there's image quality. The Mini 4 Pro isn't just reliable, it delivers stunning, cinematic shots right out of the box. Smart return to home, digital zoom, brilliant hyperlapse modes, all are here. And the upgraded video features mean even close-up details are sharp and vibrant. Plus, you still get those social media-friendly shooting options like vertical video, perfect for standing out online. It's hard to believe this much tech fits into a drone you can toss in a jacket pocket. All-day battery, check. Easy to use, beginner-friendly, but robust enough for seasoned pilots? Double check. If you want a single drone that can do it all, on a sensible budget, with best-in-class features, the Mini 4 Pro is hands down my pick for real estate photography in 2025. Final thought. There you have it, the best drones for real estate photography, tested and ranked. Whether you're new to aerial shooting or a seasoned pro, there's something here to level up your listings and make that wow factor your new standard. Which drone are you leaning toward?